Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business. And let's wake up the football gods on this finally frickin' Friday. Thank God. Don't forget tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, to tune in for our live stream at 9 o'clock Eastern. We'll get you up to date with everything that has been this week in OTAs and all the news on the Dallas Cowboys. And tomorrow, me, Michael Anthony Reactions, as well as Rashid will be at the CSA show. CSA show starts out actually today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Now, here's the thing with it, because we're still in the tail end of COVID. There's a maximum of 1,000 people that are going to be there, and there's no autographs being signed. So I'm assuming that the numbers are going to be a lot less, but it's an opportunity to, check out a lot of memorabilia and things. And, hopefully we find a piece or two that'll be great here for the man cave. I was fortunate enough to find this Doomsday Defense 1948 pickup truck that I absolutely positively love, and I'm going to add that to my collection, and who knows what treasures we might find there. And for those who are mad like me or upset that there's no autograph signings, come July they have another show. And I remember in 2013, that was the first year that I'd met Tyron Smith, which was 2 weeks before training camp, and I told him, I said, I'll see you at training camp. And he looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I did. I saw him at training camp because United Way actually was doing a billboard campaign, and he was on the billboard. So it was like, I told you I was going to see you next week. So that was a great event, and hopefully we'll get back to where we actually have current as well as past Dallas Cowboy players there at the autograph signing show. All right, so this offseason has been, for the most part, been going pretty well, okay? The Cowboys have signed some players to free agency. They seem to have a plan on defense. They got Dak Prescott under contract, and it's been kind of drama-free. That was until late last night. What I'm sure will get played up a lot, of course, on TMZ and things. And before we go off the deep end on this, let's find out what exactly happened. Okay, apparently Zeke Elliott, he loves dogs, he's got 3 Rottweilers, and the Rottweilers got out last night and they bit 2 people. They said the 2 people went to the hospital with non-life threatening injuries. They got bit by the dogs. Let's call it what it is. They got bit by the dogs, and one of the dogs is under quarantine, being watched by, I guess, the SPA. I don't know what it's called in Texas, but that's what it's called, at least around here. They're quarantining that dog and so on. So let's actually go to the news clip, and we'll get the exact details from what was being reported last night.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Frisco police say a dog belonging to Dallas Cowboys star Zeke Elliott bit 2 people, sending them to the hospital. It happened this morning in the Starwood neighborhood where Elliott lives. Meredith Yeomans is there live tonight with what we're learning. Meredith?
Brian, we've been told by police it happened around 9:30 this morning inside this gated community. Police say 3 dogs were on the loose. The Rottweiler that bit the 2 victims is in the custody of Frisco Animal Services. We're also told the 2 people who were bit do not have life-threatening injuries. Elliott was cited, though, by police because the dogs were loose. The star running back has previously shared pictures of his pets on Instagram. So far, we have not heard anything from Zeke Elliott. We're live in Frisco. Meredith Yeomans, NBC.
All right, so that's what we got. So, the dogs got out and they bit somebody. We don't know how severe and things. And, we had an incident with Dak Prescott's dog, I want to say 2 years ago. That was kind of a similar situation. The dogs got out or something. Or I can't remember the whole story, and don't quote me on it, but Dak had issues with his dogs as well. And this is something that happens every day. It's just that when you are a member of the Dallas Cowboys, especially Zeke Elliott, they will look for anything that they can use to really just throw you and, basically say you are a bad guy and you're a menace to society and so forth. Hopefully the bites are not bad bites, because a dog bite, of course, is not, you don't want to get a really bad bite. You don't want to lose a finger or anything like that. hopefully it's just, they nipped at him and things. And I will say with my senility that's setting in, that from time to time with the gates that I have to keep the dogs in, we have a dog door so the dogs can go out in the backyard, take care of the business stuff and come back in. Or if I have to leave, I don't have to worry about, somebody coming through and letting the dogs out. But, as I go through carrying lumber and things like that, from time to time, I'll leave the gates open by accident and Roscoe would go out. Now, Roscoe is getting older, and I know when new people come into the house, Roscoe will, he'll snap at him. He will snap at him if he does not know him. It takes him a minute to kind of say, okay, with them, you're okay with me. It's not that he's a vicious dog. It's just like he's trying to protect his space. And again, I don't know what happened. You've got to, if you have pets, it's like having kids. You have to be responsible for them and their actions. And that's going to be the case here. I'm sure this will be blown up like crazy because, of course, this is kind of the dead period where there's not a whole lot to talk about. And Zeke Elliott doing anything, of course, will get blown up. In the meantime, today, like I said, is the last day of Phase 2 OTAs. Next week starts out on Monday for 3 weeks. The difference for next week will be is they'll be able to, of course, still have practicing on the field, no contact. They'll be able to take it up a whole nother notch, but they'll be able to actually have in-person classroom as opposed to virtual reality classroom. And that starts to begin to build, I think, it starts to begin to build that camaraderie with the team. You've just had the rookies go through today, the 5th day of actually being part of the team. When you're a rookie and you're now dealing with the star and all the glitz and glamour that is the Dallas Cowboys, you've kind of gotten in awe. Next week is when that needs to just disappear. And now you got to realize you're here to do a job and you need to start coalescing as a team and start to become that team to start training for that first game against Tampa Bay, which is only 111 days. Wow. 12 hours, 44 minutes, and 25 seconds from now. Whew, I'm excited. So with that being said, I need to get on the road so I can get back for our 9 o'clock live stream. Of course, we'll have the latest details on anything that's happened with the Zeke Elliott's dogs and things like that. I'm sure that TMZ will be out with a video at some point real soon. But I'll be on the road, so, I got to take care of business because like they always say, don't quit your day job because there's nothing here for you on YouTube. I'm Mark Holmes, and you know the deal.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the show for the sports report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about this, Cowboys?